Welcome to the Daily Report. I am Shiksha Arora and our sign language interpreter tonight is Catherine Simaloy. Now, a family in central Kenya is grieving a loss made heavier by distance, silence and unanswered questions. Charles Waithaka left home in search of opportunity but instead lost his life in the Russia-Ukraine war. At his burial today, there was nobody to lay to rest, only grief, anger and growing calls for accountability. TV47's Mukwereini Brenda attended the funeral and has filed this report.
Tears, silence, and a pain too heavy for words. At the burial of Charles Waithaka in Mukwereini, Nyeri County, grief hung thick in the air as his family struggled to come to terms with his death.
Mother, I tried all that I could to rescue in vain. It pains that someone is living a soft life at the expense of your sweat.
Life has not been easy for Mom and I for that period of 3 months. Rest in peace.
They spoke of a son who was duped by unscrupulous agents who promised a better paying civilian job, but sent him to a war he knew nothing about.
Tunaishi katika nchi ambayo ni kama wale wanaofaa kulinda maisha ya mwanadamu wako na roho kama ya Kaini.
At the funeral there was no coffin, no body and no final viewing. The family forced to bury pain and not a body. A survivor of this war attended the funeral and recounted to mourners how African soldiers are thrown into the war front with only 3 weeks of training.
Venye vita imekuwa huko, watu wanakufa, na ukishafariki mwili yako inaachwa tu hapo, kuna mwenye ako na shuri nayo.
Mourners called on the government to put an end to the illegal recruitment and to compensate families who have lost their loved ones in this war.
Mwambie hii serikali tumeshoka. Walide sisi au tujiride. Na msiwaambie ni mimi nimewaambia. Tumeshoka. Hatutapoteza mtoto mwingine hapa. Wakishindwa watuambie. Waache hii mambo ya 1 term, 2 term.
Human rights organizations have called on the government to give a national address and reveal how many Kenyan men have been flown to Russia under the promise of better paying civilian jobs.
We as an organization have given the government a 1-week ultimatum. If the government do not respond adequately and bring back all Kenyans, whether dead or alive, we shall mobilize all the families and camp at the office of the Foreign Affairs. And with immediate effect, we shall demand that the Russian embassy in Kenya be closed.
The family in search of closure lit candles on a symbolic grave as chants of justice for the young men in the Russia-Ukraine war filled the air.
No recruitment! No more recruitment! No more recruitment! No more recruitment!
As the family of Charles mourns his death, their grief reflects a growing number of Kenyan families whose sons have lost their lives in the Russia-Ukraine war. Mukwereini Brenda for TV47 from Mukwereini, Nyeri County.